Hello, hello, hello. I'm the PaintedDog and welcome back to the next episode of our City Skylines playthrough series. I hope you're having a lovely day. My day is actually quite good. As usual, actually quite good. Now, as you can remember from the last season, or the last episode, excuse me, we placed in this agri-industry, of basically forestry industry right here. And also this storage area. But since the last episode I started it up again and I did a bit of things. Let me quickly show you. I placed in a fire helicopter depot as well as a fire watchtower. Let me just see, is this thing connected? I didn't take a look at this beforehand. Yeah, it's connected. But let's get a... Oh, it has police coverage. Great. Now this episode will be heavy into the disasters. Let me quickly show you. I do have random disasters on. It's low frequency, but that's okay. I like it that way. I don't want a disaster every 5 minutes. But we still need to prepare. So first thing what we're going to do is add in fire watchtowers in certain spaces along our city. If there's an overlap, that's great. We want a bit of overlap. We do have a fire watchtowers now, so over a fire helicopter, that would be great. That would help us quite a lot. So yeah, we don't have worries in that area. Or not too much worries in that area. They're a bit expensive to upkeep, 96, but let's face it, we are going to place in stuff that has way worse upkeep costs per week, so we can calm down there. I'm gonna place this one in now, but later on when we expand into this area we will move it around. Next up, let's take a look here. Now on the disaster response unit, I'm thinking I'm going to place these types of buildings. I might place it on these types of roads right there. Since we won't be using them a lot, but when we use them we want people to get there quite fast. So let's upgrade this to a small 4-lane. And let's take a quick peek at our junctions. Let's go with the in-game one first. Just close that up, otherwise it's a bit tricky. We want you to stop from there. And stop on that side. We won't be using this road so far. It was just used for a marker. The same with this one actually, and this one. But now we are using them. So our disaster response, let's place it in there. We need water pipes running through here. Let's get this connected up before we forget, because let's face it, we will forget. Now what I also did was, for these areas I made up districts just so we can get to see how many people are in them, households and workers and population and such. If you take a look here, there is 606 out of 900, but there will be more. So let's say this is 5,000. This will be a bit bigger, also about 3,200, and this will also grow to 1,000. So for now, if you take a look here, the small emergency shelter has a shelter capacity of 1,000 and 5 evacuation bus counts, and an upkeep of 480, so let's call it 500. This one has a capacity of 10,000 and an upkeep of 1,600. So let's say about 3,500 people. It would be cheaper to go to a large emergency shelter than having 4 of these. I think for this area we can place in one large shelter. Just one. I think that'll be enough to cover this area. Now over here, let me just get out of that view. 3,800. This is mostly populated. So it's over 3,500. So I'm going to place in one large shelter. And I'm just thinking where to place this, because you don't really want to place it where people will see it all the time, because people will get a bit antsy with that. But yeah, maybe somewhere in here. But then again, there's a park in this area and it's close to the water. It doesn't help if there's a tsunami coming and emergency shelters right next to that water. So let's see where we want to place this in. We'll be bulldozing a house or two, but that's okay. Let's place one in there. It will service this area. Now for Chester Square and Hickory Hills, there's about 2,000 people there and 3,000 there. So again, let's place in one. We don't have enough money. Let's get this running full speed. And see, now it's 74,000. So I'm going to place in one for Hickory Hills and Chester Square. In the university, you can't really see, well, I can't really see, it has a capacity of 750. So let's go with Elm Hills, 12,100, and it might be a bit more. And then we have Pine Hills. Okay, it's 27, but there's quite a lot of workers in there. And it might expand later on. Okay, so first things first, we need an updraft tower. Another one of these. So let's go to cash. Let's take out a loan. And let's get one of these up and running. Thanks, I guess. Let's place it there. Yo, level 3 already. Okay, I'll mark escape routes now. So we have 180,000. So let's go here. There's one there. Then we need a shelter in here, with good access to both of these areas. Again, we don't want to place it right next to there. So maybe let's place it in here. Maybe something like that. It's close enough. Now this one, this area, is basically almost 13 to 15,000. Let's take a quick peek here. Where are we going to place this? Because now we need to think about the people getting here as well. We do have bicycle lanes, so we might be able to utilize that to our advantage. Place one in there. That's fine. It's one on this side. And then one on this side. Oh, wrong thing. As soon as we have enough, we can place one in here. And then the last one, I'm going to place one, or maybe two smaller ones. Because Daffodil Park has a population of 3,000. Okay, no, let's go for a big one for these two as well. So what I will do is expand this road. Take it out a bit more and place an emergency shelter on this. I think that will work great for this area. We're going to place one more in there and then one for Daffodil Park and Spring Park in there. So in the meantime, let's go to this. We do have a disaster response. So these tall towers are 432 per week. Smaller ones 208. Okay, let's see what's the area on this. Might as well go with this. It's just over double the price, but it has quite a big area. If you see, it goes almost to Chester Square. Maybe one in there. Will that be enough coverage? For now, that will do. Not too shabby. And tsunami warning buoys, or boys. Place one in there, one there. We will be moving these later on. Especially on this side, we will move them a bit down. But for now, we have a couple of those. Earthquake sensor. We definitely need one of these, or a couple of these. Might as well use our roundabouts. So we have one in there. Cover that area. One in there to cover that area. And then we just move that a bit, or rotate that a bit. One in there. So a big part of our city is now covered by earthquake sensors. Now we need to get a weather radar and a deep space radar. But our cash flow is a bit on the low side. So let's see if we can do a bit of zoning. Any place that we do want to zone. Let's get a bit of zoning in here. Don't really want to, but we need to get more people in here so we can get more area to buy. I'm going to zone on this side up to about there, and then we can put a couple of these buildings right there. You know, something like that. I'm gonna zone this area as well. If they start complaining about the noise, then we can take them out. But for now, I think that would be okay. Let's place a bit of commercial in there. This area is zoned solidly, except for this area here. But for now, I think we're gonna leave it like this. Emergency shelter is getting stuff sorted out. Okay. Oh, 74,000. I'm gonna place a large one in here. I'm not gonna waste time with placing it on a separate road. I'm gonna leave it there on that side. And now I need to remember to get water around here. That will be connected soon enough. As soon as we have 74,000 more, we can place the last one in there. So let's take a quick peek at the roads or the bus stops. Probably from here, if I can remember correctly. Yep. Okay, so this is to cover this area. Let's quickly see Elm Hills. What's the size of Elm Hills? It's this entire area. So this one has to go through here and maybe over here. Let's get that done first. Again with the weird road. This will cause me to take out these mods. I don't know why it's doing that. I really don't know why. I'm just gonna leave that one for now. Okay, this is getting on my nerves. This is truly getting on my nerves now. Doesn't even want to add. If anyone knows what causes that, please let me know. So we can sort this out. But at this stage, this is really bothering me. Goes up to there and then it stops. Okay. I'm just gonna ignore that for now. Because it's making me a bit antsy. Let's get the last one in there. See if this one behaves a bit better. Nope. It doesn't. So I actually have to... It's not one-way roads or anything. I have to go through my mod list and see if I can figure out what's causing that. Because this is really bothering me. Let me bulldoze these two garbage sites. Okay, so let's ignore that for now. Let's go ahead and take out this loan so we can get the other two buildings in. So we need a weather radar station. Let's place that there. And we need a deep space radar. Let's place it right there. So now we are basically covered. Except for the evacuation routes, which are still a bit dodgy. What I did previously for the normal bus lines, I logged out and then I logged back in, and that worked. You don't know I'm leaving all these landfill sites because there's an achievement for filling up a couple of these. Same with the cemeteries. So that's the reason why I'm leaving quite a lot in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I might want to add in another one. Always nice to have a cemetery close to your... Okay, and it might be needed there. That was a tough game. Someone died. Yeah. I'm gonna place one in there. I believe we have 7 now. We might be able to get that achievement. I don't know if it's worth it to have this for only a turning lane, because there's not a lot of cars turning there at this stage. So let's take a look. You can go straight with that one as well. If you want to go this side, you don't have to travel on that road. Stay on this side. You can take this lane as well. The traffic's not really that bad. Garbage situation is a bit out of hand. But there's a garbage truck right there, so that will be sorted out. Hopefully. Is this area really that isolated? But there's no garbage trucks heading this direction. Seriously? I don't believe that for a second. Let's place one in there, just a recycling center. That might work or be enough. Yeah, we do have... Let's go quickly through everything. Electricity is great now. Water and sewage is a-okay. Let me place in... I'm gonna leave that. Garbage is okay for now. Medical crematorium. Yeah, we might want to get a bit more crematoriums up and running. That's a bit grim, but let's place one next to that emergency center. And are there enough here? I need a water on this side. And let's place a crematorium across the road from there. Almost did across the hall. Okay, so that's now fine. Health is great. Elder care, it's a bit dodge. But let me get that. One on that side, but nothing on this side. It's a bit mean, but let's place them there. Might not be able to hear. You didn't hear it from me. Okay, fire. Oh, sorry. Fire exit. Hazard is a bit high, but we do have a fire towers now. And something here needs power. Get that hooked up like that. Okay, you are connected, that's great. Okay, so our fire is still okay. Crime. We have quite a bit of jail capacity left. Crime rate is just 7%, so that's okay. The elementary schools are great. High schools are okay. I want to place in another one, let's say right there. There you go. That would be okay now. University. We are still okay with that. For now. And libraries as well. Transport. Quite a lot of people are using the buses. Not a lot are using the metros. But that's okay. We can work on that as the city expands. We have more space to do a bit of zoning. Not really, but let's go. Since we are building on this piece of land now on that side, we might as well do a bit of residential zoning along here. I know a lot of people that studied with me that wouldn't mind living next to a stadium. Don't know why you still have garbage piling up. Might be because you aren't working. Okay. But I think we have everything covered now. So let's go quickly through our checklist. What we achieved. We placed in our disaster center right here. With large emergency shelters spread out throughout the city. We placed in another solar updraft tower with weather and deep space radars. We placed in tsunami buoys along the edge of a map. Where's Where can we find one? Or two? I can't seem to find them now. But we placed in on this arm of the river, this one, and on this side as well. We placed in fire watchtowers spread out throughout our map. And we placed in radio mast towers, just so all the signals, or the emergency signals, can be sent through to all the citizens. We tried to place in the emergency routes, but it's giving me trouble. So if you have any idea what's causing that, please let me know. But this will be the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you for the next one. Cheerio.